here's the reality of what's happening. I am embracing my reality, but I need help running my resume for something this big, because I have so many things that I have accomplished, and all of them kind of tie into my goal, which is saving creation. I got into plant medicine and holistic healing early on. I think it was about 7 when I discovered the medicine of plants. And obviously, as a child, as a youth in California, things were a little bit different. So I was raised in a family that was very spiritual, is very spiritual. We are very spiritual beings. We are very, very... My mom is religious. My father was spiritual. My family, spiritual. My sibling, was my mom's favorite, is my mom's favorite, was also religious. And I found myself being honored in a temple that Archangel Michael came to my mom and said that I am to be born, to be birthed as one who is here to help save creation as a prophetess, and to name me Aaron James. But after they prayed over the womb, because they have placenta previa, it was a very extreme, one of the largest, the biggest case of it that they had ever seen. I came in with extra cartilage, which means like I had football injuries where I tore my ACL because of abuse from the being that I was married to. Because I was wearing like Barbie doll shoes and Barbie doll clothes, like literally just like an actual Barbies, like silk tight bubblegum pants, big ass like platforms, and I was walking around with my daughter like that. I thought it was cute. And I got in big trouble for doing that. I wasn't allowed to go out walking. I wasn't allowed to do different things. Like there was a bunch of rules for someone who was only like similar age, you know, just fresh out of high school and fresh out of college and fresh out of working, you know. It was just a lot. And I learned how to do magic to stop those sorts of experiences. I was already dabbling with magic before that. That's how I got into... So I got into modeling at 18. I got married at 18. I gave birth at 19. I was forced to get married. My father signed me up for the army when I was 16. So that when I graduated high school, I would directly go into the military, because my father had those connections. And my agreement with my father to get me out of that, which should be completely illegal. Like, it's for anyone else, they couldn't just get out of that. Like, it's like a whole ordeal. Not for me. The agreement was that I go to college and I get married. If I did not get married, my father would have killed that guy. And that was what he said. So I had to marry him, because in my father's eyes, I lost my virginity to him. So even though we're in America, my father still thought like that. And that's part of our ancestry, because we have royal blood. And it's a shame to have your child lose their virginity to somebody and not have them get married, is the way my father perceived that. And I did not want to disappoint my father. My father was looking at me like eyes of disappointment, and my father's opinion mattered a lot to me then. And that's why I moved in with my mom, is because my father's soul came to me and told me I had to. And I didn't even call my mother mother. I called it by its first name since I was 14, because of what had happened to me. The devastation, that was my mother's fault. Not my mother's soul, but the mother that gave birth to me. And because my father's soul came to me, I started to call it mom, because my father said that since my sister died, the only other child of my father's that called it mom, because my brother drowned at 6.5, that it was me, and I had to help my mom to feel loved. So I had to start saying mom. I say mom, not mom. And I think of mom like mommy dearest. Okay, mommy dearest. Yes, mommy dearest. If you've ever seen the movie Mommy Dearest. My mom wasn't that brutal to hit us with hangers or anything, but the things that have been said to us psychologically and emotionally truly lowered our value and standards of what we accepted as accepted. And now, as an adult, I would never allow my children to be called those names by me. I do what I can do as a parent, because I'm not with the fathers now, to make sure that my children feel loved and not alone and not abandoned and not betrayed. Because I would have wanted that from my mom. I promised myself that when I grew up and I had babies, that I would never treat my children the same way that my mom treated me in those ways. I would never do that to them. I'd never spank them unless we're playing and it's like fun and funny. I would never call them stupid idiot or threaten to throw them away or say that they're no good or they're too sensitive and make fun of them crying. No. I'd never hold a gun to them. My mom did and my dad did. My father used to hold guns to our heads. Yeah, my dad was a World War II veteran. 81st Airborne. First of color to be an all-Caucasian platoon. The first of African descent, mixed with African mostly, from Kemet. So we have Egyptian, Tuareg, we have Congo, we have Kenyan, Nigerian, we have, no, not Nigerian, Kenya, we have Iranian and Arabic as well, and other ones too, but a large amount of Tuareg pheasant, which is about 63%, so 126% in my bloodline. Because our charts are off, because we are Rh negative blood. So that means that we have an O positive blood. So we have royal bloodlines all the way through, galactic and human. And even on my mom's side has the reptilians, the dragons, and other ones too. And it's wild, you know. It's like having a wild card, you know. It's wild. Absolutely wild. And one day I will do videos and documentaries about this. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not really sure what I want to do with everything that I know about, but I'm honored to be in a presence where I get to be functional in a status of working as I am with my intelligence. I've created my own technology to create healing. And my technology is one that has not been put out yet to the public. My technology is unlike any others, and I am not willing to teach others my technology, as I do not want it stolen from me as other teachings that I have taught others. Yes, it is not selfish. It is me who is supposed to be doing this, me who comes in with this. And though all of you want to learn my practices, do, I am not going to share with you the details of that, because I must provide for my lineages, for my purposes, and be honored and respected so in my actions. Many want to learn of our ways so that they themselves can also try and mimic it. But even if they mimic it, they will never come close to the levels that we are. Why? Because we come in with our purposes. To be of who we are meant to be. You know, like it's really to that point where the divine souls have come through to save creation, and other wannabes, there's no comparison. Those wannabes, oh shit, need to work on healing through the comprehension that they themselves are also special and important, and we love them, but they don't have the same. They don't have the same as we do. They just can't compare to us in those ways, and we don't try to compare to them in the ways that they're gifted. You know, like I don't even try to pretend to do the same kind of math that they do. I've always been able to find mathematical equations in my own way. Like the teachers would get pissed off about it. They'd be like, "How in Sam Hell did you figure out how to do that without doing it the way that we taught you?" And I'm like, I figured it out in my way. Like, you know, why are you gonna mark an F if I gave the answer properly, but I figured it out my way? Because you did not do it the way we want you to. Wow, how limiting. So, like, in my journey, I like to inspire teachers and educators to allow the youth to find their own ways to do the equations and find their own ways to come up with the project ideas and not limit them to others' perspectives of what they think it should be. I have to go pee. I have to get fuel. I'll see you soon.